Just a quick answer key to help you all out. So for this one, we're starting with mole of calcium chloride, which is right here. And we're going to head to liter of chlorine gas, just right there. So mole to liter should be 2 bracket. I'm just going to set it up and y'all can punch it out. The unit always go diagonal. When we see mole on the bottom for the first time, it goes to mole on top of the product that you're trying to find. In this case, it's chlorine gas or CO2. The number in front of CO2 is a 3. Number in front of CaCO2, 3 is a 2. Cross that out. Do your next bracket. The unit goes diagonal, so we know this is mole of CO2. But this is not the first time we see it. Therefore, it doesn't have to go to mole. It can go straight to what we're looking for, which is liter of CO2. The number in front of liter is 22.4. Number in front of mole opposite the gram or liter is 1. Punch it out. So you go 0.84 times 3 divided by 2 times 22.4. And whatever your answer is, make sure you include the unit, which is liter of CO2. This one I had a little typo. It should be fluoride. So with that, we're going from mass to gram, which is mass, so it should be 3 brackets. So I write down 53.57 gram of mg. Gram of mg. Every bracket needs mole at least 1 time, so that goes to mole. Of mg. Number in front of mole is 1. Gram, we go to the periodic table. I grab mine right now. It looks like it's about 24.305. Cross that out. The unit goes diagonal, so mole of mg. Whenever you see mole on the bottom for the first time, it goes to mole on the top. And the substance we're looking for is potassium fluoride, so Kf. The number in front of mole of Kf is a 2. Number in front of mole in front of mg is a 1. Unit go diagonal again, so mole of Kf goes in the bottom, and we can go to gram of Kf. So this is K plus F, so F is roughly 19 plus K, which is roughly 39. We have roughly about 58 gram here, and the number in front of mole is always 1 when it's opposite the mole. Multiply this, divide by this, multiply this, and that. So once again, multiply by the top, divide by the bottom. I apologize, I said multiply by 53.57. You just punch that in and divide it by 24.305. But your unit should be gram of Kf. Keep 4 stick fixes in case. This one we balance it in class. We said there's 1C, 1C, 4 H's, 2 H's, so we put a 2 here. The number of O is 3 on the left, 4 on the right, so we need to make this 4 by doing 1.5. And whenever we have a half, we multiply everything by 2. So you erase that and multiply everything by 2. So this becomes 2, this becomes 3, this becomes 2, and this becomes 4. Going from gram to liter, so it's 3 bracket. And now to mole, H2O. Number in front of mole is 1. Gram is whatever the mass of water is. So 18.02 roughly. That's just 2 H's and 1 O. Mole of H2O. Mole in the bottom for the first time, we're going to mole of whatever the product is, or the reactant of interest. In this case is methanol, which is CH3OH. The number in front of that is a 2. The number in front of water is a 4. So a 2 to 4 ratio, or 1 to 2. Mole of CH3OH to liter, which is CH3OH. Once again, number in front of mole is a 1. Number in front of liter is 22.4. Multiply by the top, divide by the bottom. Your answer should be blank, liter of CH3OH. 4 stick figure also for this one. How many mole? Okay, so we're going to mole for molecule. Anytime you see mole in the question 1 time, it's 2 brackets. So I just write down 5.38 times 10 to the 23rd molecule of oxygen gas. Molecule of oxygen is in the bottom. Mole is on the top. Since I'm already changing from molecule to mole, I have to keep the substance the same. So both O2, number in front of mole is 1 when it's opposite to gram, liter, or molecule, because it's a different unit. The number in front of molecule is 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd. And the mole of O2 go in the bottom because it's diagonal. And I can go straight to mole of carbon dioxide, because that's the first time I see mole in the bottom. It'll go to mole on top, and it changes the chemical. The number in front of CO2 is a 2. The number in front of O2 is blank, which means it is 1. Cross that out, punch out the answer, and you end up with mole of CO2. You have 3 number at the front, your answer should be 3 sig fig. So just take this number, divide by this number, times it by 2. Okay, so according to this equation, let's see if it's balanced. I have 4 H's, I have 2 H's, so I put a 2 here. That makes this 2O plus 2O, which is 4, so I put a 2 here, and that's balanced. I have 8.905 gram of oxygen, which is O2. And I'm looking for how many gram of water, so it's 3 brackets since it's gram to gram. So you know what you're going to is gram of H2O, therefore mole of H2O has to be the same here. First bracket, whatever unit we start with, goes in the bottom, and every bracket needs mole at least one time, one change. Number in front of mole is always 1, opposite to the mass or liter. So O2 is 16 times 2, roughly 32 gram. We know the mole go in the bottom here because it's diagonal, and whenever you see mole in the bottom for the first time, it goes to mole on the top. And the substance I'm interested in is water, so that's H2O. The number in front of H2O is a 2. The number in front of O2 is also a 2. And therefore, you can just cancel it out. The number in front of mole is 1 when it's opposite to gram or whatever, and water is 18.02 from earlier. So in this case, just multiply by the top, divide by the bottom, so 8.905 divided by 32 times 18.02, and your answer is gram of H2O. 4 sig fig again. This one, some people were a little confused, but once again, the rule for limiting reactant is convert both of the mass or volume given. Sulfuric acid has to be this one because it doesn't have the word barium in it, and it has the S for sulfur. And then 32.42 gram of barium hydroxide has to be this one because of the barium. And the rule is, once again, convert both of them into just mole of one of the product. It doesn't matter which product, but it has to be the same one for both of them. So if I pick H2O, for example, I need to put mole of H2O on top of both of them that I'm heading to. Because what you head to is always the top of the last bracket. And let the unit guide you. I started with a gram on this one, put gram in the bottom. And this one is H2SO4. This one is BaOH2. The number in front of gram is whatever the mass is. So if you can find a mass of H2SO4, you can put that in. It's like 98 or something like that. We can punch that up a little bit. But you can just put the mass of H2SO4 by doing 2H, 1S, and 4O. And this one is 2O, 2H, because it's O2 times B, and you can put that mass in right there. Every bracket needs mole at least one time, so you try your best to put the same substance because you already converted from gram to mole. And the number in front of mole is 1 when it's opposite to gram. The unit goes diagonal, so mole of H2SO4. And this one is mole of BaOH, 2. So with that, the number in front of mole is 1. For BaOH2, the number in front of mole is also 1 for H2SO4. The number in front of mole of H2O in this case is 2. So we use the coefficient when it's mole to mole. And now all you have to do is find the mass of H2SO4 and put it here, BOH. And I believe this one ended up being like 0.5 something. And this one being 0.3 something when we did it in class. Mole of water. And with that, the limiting reactant is whichever one makes a smaller amount of product. So therefore, the reactant that makes the least product is BaOH2. And that is the limiting reactant. Percent yield is part divided by whole, or actual divided by theoretical, times 100. We know this is the reactant because it say reacts. Also, we know lithium is what goes in. So there's two steps. Is you convert your starting mass of reactant into whatever the volume or mass of the product that was given in the actual yield, and we know it's actual yield because it's the product of the wood produced. So we know this is the actual yield, and we need to find the theoretical first. So 14.04 gram of lithium to mole of lithium. Number in front of mole is 1 gram for lithium. I think it's 6.9 something on the periodic table. 6.941 roughly. Now I put mole of lithium in the bottom. And when you have mole on the bottom, you go to mole on top. And the substance we have interest in is lithium chloride, which is the product, LiCl. And the number in front of lithium is a 2. The number in front of lithium chloride is also is 2, so they cancel out. The unit goes diagonal again. And what I'm heading to is gram of LiCl. And for that one, L is about 7 and Cl is about 35, so it's about 42 almost. So let's just make this about 42 gram roughly. I guess it's 35 plus, 7. And then this is 1 mole. When you punch it out, you will get a number. Let me grab my calculator and just do the rough estimate. 14 divided by 7 times 42. And I end up with about 85 gram or so of LiCl, and this is your theoretical yield. So plug it back into the equation above. A over T times 100 equal, actual was A right here, 19.05 gram divided by 85 gram times 100. And in class, when we did this, we ended up with about 22%. That's an answer. Last but not least, it's just algebra manipulation. You probably see this on your multiple choice test. So once again, percent is equal to A over T times 100. We know the percent goes there. We know the theoretical yields go there. 100 is 100, so A is an unknown variable. So 98.24% equal unknown, we're just going to call it X, divided by our theoretical, which is 49.80 gram times 100. To solve for it, I want to get rid of everything next to X from the outside in, so 100. Cross multiply if you want, or you can multiply both sides by 49.8 to get rid of the bottom. And with that, you end up with X being, let me punch this out in the calculator, 98.24 times 49.80 divided by the 100. So 100x equal 4892 roughly. So divide both sides by 100. That leaves you with X being 48.9% approximately. So with that review study, I know I apologize for the homework packet having some question that was mixed in earlier from a higher level of chemistry. Please see the class announcement to help you with that. But with that, study well tonight. We'll just do the paper part of the test tomorrow.